What's up YouTube, Edgar here, bringing you an action figure customized video today. We're looking at the process of how I'm going to repaint this NECA retro Bob Ross figure. And this is a pretty cool figure, as I say about almost every figure that I own. But we can take it to the next level. We can see that the paint is a little flat. His hair is a little dark because it's a bit reddish, his afro, and his beard is a little sloppy, like it's just kind of slapped on there. We don't really see, the little white of his beard a bit, so we're definitely going to tweak that up a bit. And here's the head just there. So we're going to look underneath here, and we see that there is a yellow kind of base in the plastic. So we're going to strip the paint off of this, strip all the factory paint off so we can start from base 1 pretty much. And then once we take all the paint off, we can use the translucent quality of the base plastic and kind of airbrush those layers on and preserve the luminosity of the skin. So this is what we're using to scrub the paint off. It's this brush cleaner and restorer by Winsor & Newton for dried acrylic and oil colors. It's non-toxic, so don't worry. And what I do is I just put a little bit of this on a toothbrush and kind of pour a handsome amount on the figure itself. So here's my dirty old paint scrubbing toothbrush, and there's the head, and I do not use this toothbrush on my teeth, so don't worry. And we're just going to start scrubbing away. And before you know it, all the paint is going to be stripped. So we can see, here's that translucent yellowish plastic. That is the base tone. I didn't get rid of everything on the hair because it's not really necessary. But this is great. We can just see the sculpt here, which I think might have been Trevor Grove. And that sculpt is just fantastic. I love him. He's an amazing sculptor. And that's why I want to repaint this, because I think we can really bring it to life into a new level. So first we're going to do a nice flat skin tone here. And I'm using the airbrush because I don't want to pack it on too much, because I still want to preserve the translucent quality of the skin. And if you look at your hand right now while watching the video, you can see that your flesh is just a little shiny, it's a little translucent, so that's what we want to pick up with the figure. Next, we're going to do the hair here, so we can add some contrast between the skin and basically the darkest parts of the hair. So we want to give that skin tone a context to make sure that it's looking good. So we're just kind of dry brushing brown here over the beard so we get the sculpt details and really make it pop out. And as you can see, I did the eyebrows and starting to come alive a little bit. So off screen I'm going to do the eyes because it's way too hard to record and his head is super small. And we're going back to the beard here and just building it up. We're now dry brushing a little bit of gray on the beard. And dry brushing really allows you to get some nice subtle transition between things without having to use the airbrush all the time. So we're going back into the hair here, and we're doing just a slight red hue in some areas. It's really hard to capture the afro kind of transitions between the edges, which is really light, and towards the skull, which gets really dark. So we're going to try to just lighten up the contours of his hair a little bit. And now we're going to take our Mod Podge here, which I love to use for making things look wet. And it's basically a puzzle glue, and when you pour it out, it looks white, and then there it is on the brush. And when you put it on the figure, it's going to dry completely clear. So one coat will do the trick here, and my big head is in the way. But you can see I'm gently applying it with the very tiny brush, and you can see his eye looks white. But once it dries, it's going to be completely clear and very shiny. And that's exactly what we want for the eye shine. And here's Bob Ross in all of his glory, painting here on the Death Star, as you could see. And this is just a fantastic figure. I really do love it. And I didn't want to just do a standard review for you guys because I knew I really wanted to paint the head. So I wanted to capture that process for you guys. At least just a snippet of it. I know it wasn't a full-on tutorial, but really just for your enjoyment, and if it piques your interest of what it's like to paint a head at this scale, just a regular human portrait. I know it's very popular that you'll see all over social media painting 1/6 scale heads, and I love it. These guys like Jacob Ramier, Pete Soucy, Yellen Painter, Rodman Dill. I mean, these are amazing guys that you can look up at any time and just feel super inspired because they inspire me. So to apply that on basically a head that's kind of like half the size of that, it's difficult. So I definitely wanted to show you guys what it's like to do that. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed coming on this process journey with me. And I hope you guys are doing well. I'm recording this during the coronavirus pandemic that's really going on here, and I'm in New York City, so we are at the heart of where the numbers are the highest. And not to get gloom, but just being home, you know, definitely stay safe out there. Let those creative juices flow. If you guys end up doing anything related to figures or just drawing, I'd love to see it. So you could comment below with your links to your social media, or you could follow me on Instagram at figures.jpg, where I love taking pictures of action figures and customizing them, so maybe it'll open up your world too. And I hope this inspired you, and until next time, you guys, please just stay safe. For those of you that are on the front line, we salute you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and I'll see you later.